Okay, so we're doing Ois Daled. So while the Hamshocha, as he explained earlier, comes through the person until it comes down to the level of Malchus. And the Yid is the one that is mamshich from the Adam Ha'elyon from higher into the level of Atzilus, into all the spheres. But he calls it, that's why it's called Imi, my mother, because we make it up. But then over here we call it Ach Ba'atorah She'atra Lo Imoy. We're calling it the crown that his mother crowned him. It's not just the level of Imoy, it's the crown She'atra Lo Imoy. That Atorah, he bechinas Keser Malchus. That Atorah is the level of Keser Malchus, not just Malchus, but Keser Malchus. Shehu l'maylo meguf hamelech. That is higher than the body of the king. You have Malchus and you have Keser Malchus. That's the Atorah. He's going to explain the idea of Keser. K'meshekosu beitz Chaim Shar Chav Beis Soif Perik Vav Sha Keser eina maklal gufay. The Keser is not part of the body, that's a higher above the body. Al derech moshul shemachtirin oisoi ba'avonim toivis. It's, for example, that you crown the king with precious stones. So even though we're talking about stones over here, although these stones are inanimate, yet nevertheless, because they're good stones and they shine, they become the keser on the head of the king. The level of Malchus, of Keser Malchus, is beyond because of their being special. They become the crown. Kachal derech moshel. Alidei oisiyos hatoyra hamuluboshes begashmius. Through the letters of Torah, which are dressed up in physicality, they're like the doimem, they're like davarim toivis. Nase bechinas keser l'maylo. This becomes a level of keser above. Va'ayin mashekosu me'inyan zeh b'dibra maschil ner Chanukah mitzvah lahanicha mismoil kedesh tehei mezuzah mimin parshas miketz. So it's going to explain now further the idea of Keser, the higher level, the higher than just the level of Malchus. Well, Ian, the idea is, Kihine Amr Azal, our sages of blessed memory said that B'sho sheikdimu Yisrael nase l'nishma, when the Yidden introduced, they said first nase, and then Nishma, Bo Malachi Hashores, Koshru Lahem Shnei Kisorim. So the angels that served came around and they tied them with two crowns. Echad keneged Nase, one to correspond for Nase, ve'echad keneged Nishma, and one corresponding to Nishma. Biuradova. So these are the two crowns. He's going to say the two crowns, both Nase and Nishma, are levels of bittul, expressing the level of bittul. There is a level of bittul of Nishma, and there's a level of bittul of Nase, and they're both crowns. To explain this matter, Kihine Pidush Ubiur Milas Nishma. What is the meaning and the explanation of the word listen or listen? Kuliyos bottle dvar Torah hamidaberes bifiv. Is that he's going to become subjugated to the words of Torah that it speaks in his mouth. Nishma means I will listen to the words of Torah that I speak. I'll pay attention to them. Those words, that Nishma, you will be bottled, you will become subjugated, is the words of Torah that is spoken from his mouth. What is the words when you're talking Torah? That is Hashem's will, Hashem's wisdom, blessed wisdom. It's ki'ilu shomeya shashchina medaberes mitach groina. It's as if he hears Nishma, he hears that the divine is speaking from his throat. He's paying attention. This is Kemoshe Kosu, as the pasuk says, Tan Lishoini Imrasecha. My tongue responds with your saying. Basically, it's your saying. Hashem is saying through his tongue. He is the one that is uttering Hashem's words, and he's paying attention, nishma, to what is being said. This is also the meaning when we say, Hashma la'oznecha masha atom ha'itzi mipicha. Listen, your ear should hear that which is you take out from your mouth. Ato is the level of the Ein Sof that it speaks through you. The Hainu b'chinas ato ha'moitzi. It is the level of ato, which is the one that is coming out. So that is the level of nishma. So already the level of nishma is the level of bittul. Bittul to the level of the Ein Sof, the Tzאינה v'Chochmasa Yisbarach, which he is speaking of. That's the level of nishma. V'hikadimu lo zeh b'chinas nasa. But it is introduced. First is nasa. Liya is bottle lebal haratzin. That is to subjugate yourself to the master of the will. The level of nishma is already a bittul to a specific Torah teaching. But the word, the preparation, the introduction of nasa means I'm ready to do, that's a subjugation to the Baal Haratzin himself, who Ein Sof Baruch Hu levade be'atzmei. That is the blessed light of the Ein Sof by himself. Al Yidei bittul zeh, through the bittul to the Baal Haratzin, nimshach b'chinas nishma. Then you bring down the level of nishma, which is, we will hear. You are nasa, you are bottled, that nishma, then you hear, then you're mamshich hamshocha milmaylo lamato, a bringing down from above to below. Ki ruach, I see ruach v'amshich ruach, because you're being the level of nasa, which is bringing the ruach, is amshich ruach, you bring down milmaylo, the level of nishma. And this is also what our sages of blessed memory said. If a person says, I don't have but Torah, he doesn't even have Torah. In other words, if you don't bring down, if you don't have the bittul, the nasa, the nishma, the bittul, the Baal Haratzin, then you don't have even Torah. What does it mean? The Torah then does not belong, does not connect to him. It does not extend to him from the blessed light of the Ein Sof, Torah, yet infused. And the Ein Sof, Ella al Yidei b'chinas bittul rotzein legamri, It's only to a total negation of your will, Hashem levade, just to be to Hashem. Liyos batul v'nichlal ba'orin sov baruch hu. Mamish, to become subjugated and included in the blessed light of the Orin Sof. Actually, that's the way to bring down, to have Torah connect with you. The Ein Sof is through this level of bittul. Bittul rotzin shebebechinas nasa bebechinas nishma nikra ksarim. So this, the two ksarim that they had, this subjugation, which they said nasa and nishma, those are the crowns. Those are the bittles. Those are the beautifying, which makes them, gives them these crowns. I am a shekosu bedibra maschil. Imcha mekir chayim be'inyan v'gulo al rosh chulu. I am mezoyar arshisav daf lamedaled omed beis. Kach al derech moshul lemailo nikra bechinas keser bechinas bitl rotzim kavayachol. Likewise, when we talk above, by the person, we say it's a level of bittul, the level of keser. The same thing is by above. What does it mean, the keser from above? That is a level of bittul for the hamshocha to take place from above to below. That's called the level of keser, as I'm going to explain. Bechinas bittul rotzon kavayachol. It's as if to say, to Hashem negates his will, because this whole chayis of the world, Hashem has to negate his will in order to be mechayah the worlds. Hashem negates his supreme will, blessed be he, to bilti soiful bilti tachlis, which has no end, has no conclusion. That he should want Torah mitzvahs. That's a bittul rotzen from Hashem to want Torah mitzvahs. Why? Hashem, he blessed, is actually exalted and raised from this kind of want. Like the pasuk says, Im tzadakta chulu. If you're righteous, you don't give him anything. Basically, Hashem doesn't really, in the higher level, care about righteousness or not. But the fact that Hashem wants, this wishes, that is dressed up, that we should study Torah and do mitzvahs, that is a kindness and a charity, a righteousness that God has done for us. And this is also the meaning of the pasuk of Tan l'shoini imrosecha, he called mitzvosecha tzedek. My tongue will speak your words, the Torah, because all your mitzvahs are tzedek. They're all righteousness. Hashem is a tzedakah that he comes down in these mitzvahs. V'lochein kol ha-mitzvahs nikrois b'shem tzedakah. They're all called tzedakah, all the mitzvahs, because this is all a tzedakah from Hashem. Uksiv u'tzedakah tiyalonu. That is going to be a tzedakah for us. Kinishmar lasis is kol ha-mitzvah azois. That we will keep all these mitzvahs, all of this mitzvah. Shekol ha-mitzvahs and tzedakah v'chesed. All the mitzvahs are charity and kindness. Asher himshech Hashem bohem as ritzoynoi ha'elyon. Hashem extended into them, into the Torah mitzvahs as ritzoynoi ha'elyon, his supreme will, shehu bilti soif u bilti tachlis, which has no end and has no finish. V'hagoyre mamshocha zu u'tzedakah chesed tzedakah v'chesed, what draws down, what causes to bring down, to draw down this hamshocha and this tzedakah v'chesed. Eisek haTorah b'bchinas bittul rotzin is when you learn Torah in a way of bittul rotzin. Moshe Kosuv v'dvorai asher samti b'ficha. The v'dvorai asher samti b'ficha I put in your mouth totally bottled. Bittul rotzin. Torah has to be chokhmah, has to be a structure, not bittul. Agam ki zois haTorah odom. This is the Torah. The Torah is like odom. Shah Torah ibichinas odom. The iraisa me chokhmah nafkis. Because Torah comes from the level of chokhmah. So not the level of bittul. When does Torah become in the level of a structure, level of Adam, the level of Chokhmah? It's nafkis. That's when it comes out from the hidden to the revealed. See, but when you talk about the root and the supreme foundation from where Torah comes from, see over there the pasuk says umimidbar matana, that it comes from the level of midbar. The matana, the gift that we got, the Torah, comes from midbar, because midbar hi bechina elyoina lemailo mailo mebchinas adam. The level of midbar of Torah is a much higher level than the level of Adam. That's why when we say Zois HaTorah Adam, that's the lower level of Torah. But the higher level is midbar me midbar maton. Ki ba midbar kisiv asher loy ovar bo ish v'lo yoshav Adam sham. In the midbar, no man passes there, doesn't sit there Adam. That's a higher level than the level of Adam. B'chinas ish u'mashekosu v'Hashem ish milchama. Said ish and Adam. So the ish says Hashem ish milchama. Milchama la'avaye ba'amolik. There's a word. That's the level of ish. The hainu kishekvar nimshach. When it was already extended in the level of Havaya Echad, say Shema Yisrael. No, I'm sorry. Nimshach B'chinas Havaya. Achar, when it's already come down in the level of Havaya, Achar Amshochas Imul Pomim Kodesh B'Vov. After saying Kodesh, 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 then it's Havaya. Then it's already, that's level of ish. That's the level of midbar is higher than that. But over there in the source and in the root, in the actual Ein Sof, nikra b'chinas midbar asher loy ovar bo ish v'lo yoshav adam sham. Then it's called a place where not ish, it's not Havaya yet. And Adam has not yet settled it. So the Mailo Mebchinas Adam, which is much higher than Adam. Ayin Besifra Ditzni Usa, Bezoyar Truma Davkuf Ayin Zayin Amad Aleph, Ubezoyar Horakia Sham, Misham Nimshach, and from there, from the level of Keser, the Hamshocha, that becomes the crown for the head and the moichin shula mailo mibchinas harosh moichin, that is much higher than the head and the moichin.